Hey, welcome to the Quicksand live stream VOD. I'm going to be answering your questions. I have my notepad right here. It's my Ride in the Rain notepad. I got all your questions that you guys have put into the pinned comment, and enjoy the live stream. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, we're live. Isn't that cool? So we're live now. I got your questions right here on this Ride in the Rain notepad. And we got a few pages to go through. I do have the sniffles today, so I might be a little allergy-like today. So, got my water bottle. It's gonna be hot. I got some new hip waders right here, and chest waders actually. They're brand new. I just put them on. Tried them on this morning. Luckily they fit, so that's good. We got the RNG of getting the correct size. Now they're snapped. There we go. So we're gonna wait for everybody to get here, and I got my my notes right here as well. And the mud is behind the camera, and once everybody's here, we're going to go ahead and start answering questions after I start sinking. So I'm gonna start sinking, and then I'm going to answer questions, which is kind of gonna be kind of like funny. So it's a little dry today. Swamp is, and it shouldn't be a problem. At least the hip waders will help me cross the mud without sinking into the thick stuff immediately, at least. I think the beaver dams are back at it again. This was clearer-ish earlier. There's some beaver prints over there. It's a little dry. Guys, we might be sinking today. No, I highly doubt that. I think that we'll start sinking when we start walking into the center. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right? I'm gonna answer some questions. I think right here's a good spot. I think I'll just start sinking in that. It looks really dark. Okay, cool. Can that spot be seen without a shadow in the way? Let's see. Okay, that worked. It's a little sticky, the chest waders. It's my first time using chest waders. Okay, let's get to the first question here. This is on the YouTube channel. It's the YouTube version of the comment section where I had a comment saying, hey, community post, you got any questions for the next live stream? And people asked. And this is the answers I'm gonna give. So @driver 92_35 said, do you mind getting covered in public areas with people or go private? And do you prefer your mud not smelly or smelling bad? I like smelling. I like the smelly stuff. I like the stuff that smells bad. There's different situations where I wouldn't want to smell bad. Like, let's say it's like 4 hours away, and like I'm not feeling like eating fast food, but I have to go inside and eat something. Well, I'm kind of shit out of luck. I'm gonna have to go stop by a gas station anyway. So, smelling bad is a situational thing for me. I don't think I'd be into manure. I don't think I'd ever want to do that. It's nice to watch people do it, but I don't think I would want to do it. to go into public areas with people. See, I don't mind going to public areas with people because I have a really good way of talking my way out of certain situations. Now it just really depends. Like if it's like a highly populated area and a more conservative area where like people are just not used to seeing mud at all, like it's like say it's like in the middle of the city, I probably don't want to be covered in mud. Like it's very hard to get away with that. Just like there's a lot more questions asked. Now let's say like it's like a construction site. I can come up with the it's like hot in the middle of summer. It's like you can say like, oh, I just wanted to go play in the clay because it makes my skin soft. And and if like they say like, oh, you got to get off the property, I'd be like, oh, well, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know any better. Just like, and I'll be on my way. Just like end the conversation and leave as politely and as quickly as possible. Pick up after yourself. Leave no trace. You know, just there's a lot of things that go into it than just saying like, oh yeah, today I just want to go sink in the mud in public. Well, I gotta have to plan around it. Might want to spare a set of clothes and it cleans up easier. Something that might be camouflage, maybe not camouflage. Maybe it's a permissible environment where I can walk around in a Speedo, but maybe it's a permissible environment where I can only do that like half the time, like when I'm in the mud. I cannot see your comment. I'm actually too far away from the camera. But it's nice to see that someone's commenting. I will read the after comments after I'm done with these ones. So if anybody has any comments, I will scroll up and then read them afterward. How about that? Does that sound all right? I'll do that. Let's do that. Yeah, this mud is also bottomless. Where I'm standing, I could submerge, but I want to save my energy because I want to go to the quarry today. So, and live stream at the quarry. So we're going to some red clay today. Isn't that nice? That's going to be really cool. It's going to be cool. Got this whole thing on a battery pack too. At Mark Rose Sales 5218. Try to mud stand. Well, I might do that, but that's not a question. That's a funny way of typing that, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, Mark Rose Sales, for the lovely comment. Flamand Rose 2000. You think the human anatomy is good for sinking and getting stuck in mud? What type of mud is the stickiest, and on which part of the body the suction has the most effect? Well, I will tell you, it really depends on what you're wearing. Right now I'm wearing chest waders, and I'll tell you what, most of the suction is around my my calves, in the front of my shins, and behind my knees and in front of my knees. And the more I sink in it, the tighter that's going to get down there. So really just depends on what you're sinking. If you're sinking nude, then it's going to be all around your body. It's going to be easy to get in and out than it is going to be with clothes. What I'm wearing right now would normally get an elderly man or a person in his 40s that's bent out of shape who goes fishing in the tidal mud in the ocean, and then the tide goes out and they get stuck. Then the Coast Guard has to come in and pick them up. Luckily, I'm in shape. I do leg day. It's a lot of what I do, and I have massive upper body strength. I will be able to get out of here with the chest waders intact. If not, just dismount myself from the chest waders and then pull them out. That's the best way to do it. That's what some fishermen would do in general. Now let's say if I'm wearing like boots, well, it's just going to be around the boots, and it depends on the boots, because if it's like a flat sole, it's going to be more suction. If it's got a wide rim around it where there's a lot of air on the top of the boot, then air's going to get in there and cause more suction, and you don't want suction too much that you can't handle to get out of. And you don't want to use boots in something that's made of sand, not this clay-like material. This is mostly, we've had this place tested at a lab. This is volcanic kaolin clay and high fire pottery clay or something like that. So it's a really rare deposit. This is an anomaly where I live. This is like not a normal type of soil to find where I live. Okay, next question by Sponjik. I love your name. S-P-O-N-J-I-K. That is a very, very funny name. I love saying that out loud, Sponjik. What will you do if you'll get stuck enough that you need help? How would you explain it to who will be rescuing you? This was heavily misspelled, and I wanted to read it like it was, but I couldn't do it because I thought it would be funny if I could, so I wrote it down the way he wrote it. But anyways, what would you do if you got stuck enough that you would need help? And how would you explain it to who would be rescuing you? I've never had that happen to me, and God forbid I have to do that. But it just depends on the place. And how would I explain it? It just depends on what I could come up with. But I would probably try to come up with something that's not what I was actually doing in there, because that would be embarrassing, obviously. You know, it's don't live in that open of an area, so I would, if I was wearing something like this, I'd just say like, well, I was out here live streaming, or I was out here taking pictures of plants and stuff, and decided to walk out here and I got my legs stuck. You know, I could say that. The response time around here would be very quick, but it might take them a while to get out here because a lot of EMS is a bunch of scaredy cats, and they don't like to walk over mud. They're afraid that they'll get stuck in it too. I don't know, I think they're right next to meth heads in terms, just normal people are right next to like meth heads, where they're like, oh, there's mud, it's gonna take me all the way under. And I was just like, it's not that bad. It's just about weight distribution. Chill out, okay? You ain't gonna sink all the way under on your knees. There is nothing in this world that's gonna do that unless you go into a factory where they make almond butter in a vat that's 6 feet tall. That would be the only time in your life, if you ever had the chance to, where you contaminate an entire vat of almond butter, because there's a 1-to-1 ratio of density, which means you sank in it, you would not be able to swim in it, you would immediately sink all the way under. Someone make some art of that, please. That is an underrated substance, just saying. It's the only reason why nobody knows about it, because well, that was my ex said that. Okay. Anyways, science. Anyways, Sam Hurrian 3465. If you were to go to a quarry to play in the mud, how would you know if it's safe to go in, since most of them are under constant surveillance? This is a really good question. I have a drone. I would say the meta right now for getting into a quarry is being a very, very skilled, good with 3 things: anti-surveillance, anti-surveillance and invading habits with both technology and analog. Like, just like, I go to a gas station, you know, the habit is that if I have cash, I go in and pay with cash. Anti-surveillance. Just, you can use military doctrine, you can use criminal doctrine, you can use police doctrine, you can use whatever doctrine you want, you can make up your own. But when you go in, be a Boy Scout. If you want to keep using the spot, don't leave anything behind. That's the best thing that'll never get you caught, is if you never leave footprints, you never break a twig, you never walk past a camera or something. There's a spider on me. You never walk past a camera, you never get caught by a white security truck, you never get caught by a black security truck, you never get seen by a bulldozer, you never get seen by a construction vehicle, you never walk past the gate, you always walk in through the side. You walk in through the spot that no one would expect you to walk through, but you want to get through it without being detected. You ever heard the term hiding in plain sight? Well, you don't want to do that in a quarry. Just saying, you don't want to do that in a quarry. You gardening over there? Anyways, someone was over there. Since most of them are under surveillance, I like to use a drone. I have a DJI Mini 3. It's pretty cool. All you gotta do is pop that sucker up in the air, fly it to max height, fly it over the quarry, look at where you're going to walk through. Maybe your quarry is extremely big, and then all you got to do is pop it up a couple times as you walk through the quarry. But here's the thing, when you walk through a quarry, you want to go in through, you want to find where you're going to play in the mud, and you want to go into the closest distance to get to the mud and your cleanup as possible. Because say a truck does pull up and you're covered in mud, you're not going to have your drone on you, and you're not going to get your drone dirty, you're not going to get your controller dirty, it's not waterproof. So you want to put your stuff where at your cleanup, and you want to put it in a, or you want to put it where it's on your way out, or you don't want to like, you don't want to get your stuff seen while you're in the mud, and you don't want to be seen while you're in the mud at all either. But a drone flying it over and flying it back, I highly recommend, and having something like a dual sport motorcycle, or just a motorcycle that can go around the gate. I don't condone this. No, I don't condone this. But if you, you know, people out in the South, they ride around dirt bikes because they get permits where they can ride on the street with a dirt bike. I think you can get like a trench permit where you can ride across the side of the road. You could ride around without a license plate on a dirt bike, and if you're worried about it being clicked by a camera, then you won't have that problem. Thing is when you have an eyewitness that says, hey, someone's riding around on a dirt bike and I caught it on my property on my camera, can you come and stake out my thing? And they'll either A, they'll go and look at it for a few weeks, or B, they won't. You know, they might hire a private investigator. You never know. You just like, there's so many variables. Really, the best thing you do is you plan for the 1%. There's a security truck down the road, and I gotta run the other way. I mean, or I gotta dart off into the side of the woods, and then practice whatever alternative plan I planned. You want to have at least 2 alternative plans to infiltrating a quarry. You don't want to enter the same way as you always enter, and you don't want to exit always the same way as you always exit. Sometimes you just want to spice it up a little bit, but you want to at least have 2 of each, just in case that the old one wasn't working, okay? But usually you want to stick to the plan. When you go in the same way, because it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? Okay, enough of, I don't condone any of what I just said, by the way. I don't condone it. It's, you know, I say it, but, you know, don't do as I say and don't do as I do, right? For that, because I don't condone it. You know, it's not, you know, the most credibly legal advice. What I just said was a parody, and it happened in Minecraft, okay? JK Buddy. Oh yeah, let's see. Okay. Okay, JK Buddy. Wait, no, that's this. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. JK Buddy on YouTube says, what is the best part of getting muddy? This. That's the best part. Just the feeling of wet earth all over your body and getting cooled off. It's like so refreshing. Better than a swimming pool, honestly. That creek's gonna be so cold back there. I actually have a shower that I'm going to use to clean off my my chest waders today. Do you recommend earplugs during a total submerge? Depends on how sensitive you are with your ears. Like for me, I have one ear canal is bigger than the other, so occasionally I get stuff stuck in there, and then I have to go to an ear, nose, and throat specialist and get it pulled out. Depends on. Some people need to cover their ears. Some people don't like to submerge because they don't like the feeling. I'm not one of those people, but you know, I've met people that are like that. So, Eddie Spaghetti, 7734. What is the best mud for planing in? You mean Okay, playing in. Okay, and how to find spots like this. Google Maps, and you drive around to different low-lying countries near rivers. This is the best place to find a place like this. And what's the best mud for playing in? I would say clay, because I would say it's the safest. Anything clay related is the safest. Okay. What color of mud do you prefer? I like orange. I really like the orange color, but I would say, yeah, I would say, okay, what does mud taste like? Quarry clay tastes like nothing, and this tastes disgusting. Don't put this in your mouth. Don't put any of this stuff in your mouth. It's very gritty and sandy tasting, and it gets stuck in your teeth. Very not fun to clean out of my mouth when I shoot in it. How do you get cleaned if there isn't any clean water nearby to get cleaned up in? Oh, I'm shit out of luck. I mean, seriously, if I don't have a towel or something to wipe it off, I can get it off the best as I can, but I can let the sun dry it up if it's hot outside. I can let the sun bake on my skin and then flake it off as best as I can, put my clothes on, but it's about all you can do. I mean, there's a chance that I can go stop at like a public park and go into the bathroom and wash up in the sink. Adrian also asked, how do you make sure that the mud has no infections or parasites? With this, there's plenty of bugs, there's plenty of bacteria, but I don't think I've ever had any parasites. And I do parasite cleanses a lot, so I might take some ivermectin every now and then. If I feel like I got a parasite, but other than that, then no. We don't really have that around here. In other countries, I know that there are like brain-eating amoebas that's very common, or flesh-eating bacteria, but we don't have that out here. Are you ever scared of people looking or coming up to you and stuff? Depends if they're pointing a gun at me and how threatening it is. I've had that happen to me before. At this place, actually, once. That was my fault. I parked my car right over there. I used to have a cross track, so I would park it over there and drive in to the mud. Rookie mistake is driving your car into the place you're gonna go play in on someone else's property. That never ends well for anybody. Don't ever do that. I am slowly sinking, like every now and then, just slowly. And if I was in your shoes, how lucky would I have been watching you for a long time, and now I wish I could join you all. Okay, that was the end of that question. And I'm gonna go over to the Twitter comments. Sean Rippentop asks, I want to join you in your new mud pit. That is not a question. At Muddy Octo says, how do you find locations to take a dip in? I look for quarries on Google Maps, and I look on soil composition forums of my state that I live in, and where all the collections of those soils are and I look where is the specific type of clay or mineral mined that is most abundant in my state, or that I want to seek out. And then I drive to that area, and then I check out different spots, and then I try to get into those different spots as best as I can, and until I find a spot that I can show to you guys. And how do you ensure sanitation and cleanliness while in the mud, especially if naked? Actually, I'll just rinse off in the water, but I have people that want to bring like Wilderness Wash with Foam, a non-foaming soap. I've had women come out, specifically JC will come out, and they'll have like hair scrubbers that are like made of silicone. Linked one a couple times on the internet to several different communities. I am stuck. This stuff makes you stuck. I'm actually going to take this to the quarry so I can cross it properly. Oh, especially if naked. See, like, the thing is, if I get it in my butt, right, it'll just come out with the next bowel movement. That's just kind of how it's gonna happen. I mean, you can use a douche if you want to pull it out while you're in the shower. I will say this stuff is harder to get off the skin, especially out of the scalp. But Quicksand 1, biologist in training, do you ever get sick after a wallow? Yes, especially early season, because I've been stuck inside all of winter for several months, upwards of even 8 months at a time. So getting re-exposed to all the good bacteria, getting reintroduced to my body, yeah, will give me the sniffles for a little bit. Yeah, and then also I'm a little sensitive to pollen. I get a little bit of seasonal allergies as well. Adrian asks, is clay good for skin? Well, it depends on how clean the clay is and how good it is. If it's like quarry clay or like a kaolin or a bentonite, like a white kaolin, something that's been put into a tailings pond, yeah, it can be cured and stuff you get on Amazon, and then you get it all over your body. So yeah, it can be very good for your skin. How many friends would you like to have in the mud? Here's the thing about friends is that you can have too many people in one of your like natural locations on someone else's property. Too much noise draws attention. Too many footprints draws too much attention. And generally speaking, when I bring people out, I plan everything. I'm always in charge of that. So I'm also on the lookout. I'm making sure everybody's safe and making sure there's like no truck's gonna come up or no one's gonna take our stuff. And all while we're doing that, I also have to keep awareness on what's going on, because then I'm going to be filming with people as well. Do you have a medicine or treatment after each mud or clay section? It depends on the clay or mud section. It depends on if I get scratched up as well. Like I have what's it called? I have a foam antibacterial foam wash. It's a hibiscus. I'll link it into the I'll link it somewhere. Yeah. I'll probably like post an image of it on the YouTube community post. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah, and also like I'll exfoliate with a silicone pad with some soap as well to get the extra stuff that's embedded in my skin that you can't see, and then it'll get the little bit extra out. I'll use a hair scrubber. I'll rinse with probably some Dr. Bonner's peppermint soap on my hair and my body. And I'll go over it with some native body wash as well. Okay, let's see. This is the last page, guys. Last page. Quara Connor says, have you ever thought about doing a peril scene? I'd love to see you do one, even if you think that you're a bad actor. Not enough male peril scenes content out there. That is correct. There's not a lot of them, and a lot of them that I've seen are not that good. I ain't gonna lie, not that good. I don't think I've ever seen a good one. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like the body language of a guy compared to a girl doing a peril scene. It's just me. I don't know. Most of my acting comes from what I see girls doing, or because you know I like MPB and Sequoia Productions and QS Forever Productions. I like John Marsh's old stuff. He does pretty good peril scenes. I like his bondage ones where he sinks all the way under. He's like tied up. Oh my god, that's hot. That's hot. Mr. Wanwa LP says, do you prefer women or men's clothing to wear in the mud? You know, that really depends on the situation. I really prefer no clothing, personally. But when I'm out here, you know, there's like cutting grass and stuff. It doesn't hurt to come out here with some clothes on, get them dirty. but like I can get down with like a maid outfit, you know, some thigh highs, maybe some dolphin shorts. You can do that, yeah. Just depends on how in shape I am, because if I don't pull it off and I don't look good in it, I look myself in the mirror and I say like, yeah, you don't pass, and then I'll just take it off and put on some men's clothes. Like today I have a little bit of a gut going on. Thank goodness we got this. You can't see it, but haven't been eating very healthy. I got a little bit of inflammation going on, some water weight. I'll lose it, it'll be fine. You know, don't worry about it. I'll be fine. I'll lose it. Probably like 2 weeks. Muddy Boxer says, favorite muddy memory. Huh. Anything I did with Sky. Okay, that was super fun. Sky was awesome. Sky probably is coming back as well, so that's gonna be cool. I don't know, it's a mixture between JC and Sky. Both people are super awesome. Even Muddy Lynx. I'm split, you know? They're all three of those people are wonderful, beautiful human beings. Oh yeah, and Xan as well. So many good memories. I can't really pick one because it's like, it would be like picking my favorite child or my favorite dog. I mean, they're all my favorite, you know? Anything I did with Mac is awesome. Or anything I did with Chris. You know, just, I have fun. You know, they're all good memories. I don't really think I have. And now, we'll see, if I had to pick one by myself. Let's see. I'm thinking. Let me think for a second here. This is a hard question right now. I'm gonna sit down for this. Let's see. Favorite muddy memory if I had to modify this question by myself. Because if I had to pick with my friends, then like that's I don't want to do that. That's not nice. Probably this one time I parked my Crosstrek on the side of the road, and then I went into one of these quarries that I like to go to, but I went at night, and it was right after a class in college, and I went out there at night, and this pit doesn't exist anymore, by the way, but I walked out there and just kind of stayed out there till like 3 o'clock in the morning. The night was so clear, and I was just like chilling, like hiding from there's still some activity at night, but I was just enjoying myself. That's a real, yeah, that's a very peaceful memory. I like that one. And that is the questionnaire. Now I'm gonna go up there and answer some questions, which I have to get out of this stuff first. So this actually has a pocket on it, believe it or not. This has a pocket that you can put a notebook. It perfectly fits a Ride in the Rain notebook, spiral notebook. The spiral one's bigger than the hardback. The soft cover. For anyone wondering if they're ever thinking about buying one, like a Ride in the Rain. Ride in the Rains are awesome. They never go bad on you. Okay, how do you get out of here? I'm gonna have to get my hands dirty. Oh, it's a little cold underneath. on how to get out of here. Really would prefer if I don't get my pants and my shirt dirty and the socks I'm wearing underneath here. You guys pick this size too small? What do you think? We're getting the pants dirty. I'm getting naked, I guess. I don't know. Any tips for how to keep these waders on in a stick of mud? Let me know in the comment section below. This is about as thick as I have access to. So, if you got any suggestions, let me know. Let's go ahead and check out questions. Let me go ahead and put this stuff over here so I have it ready. Okay. I'm just gonna get my hands as clean as I can so I can touch the camera. Okay. Okay, let's see. Messy said, nice to meet you. I'm watching live from Japan. I have a question. What is your question? We're now answering those questions that I said we would do at the beginning of the stream. Is my face covered enough? Nah, it's not covered enough. Hold on a second. Let me fix that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and fix that. I don't think I'm covered in mud enough. A lot of grass underneath here. Yeah, all that's gonna turn into grass out here. That is not good. We need to get out here and I need like $700 just of salt so that I can salt this, because there's Asian cutting grass out here that's invasive. It's not supposed to be here, and I'm very, very allergic to it. I get these big, huge red welts when I go across it. Welcome all to who made it to the stream. Pick up that camera and walk with it. This is the swamp mud, by the way. Wow. So many sticks in here, man. I am not excited to clean this off my body. We should go walk out there. Might be a little deeper. Let's go walk out there. What time is it in Japan? Is it daytime or nighttime? Hickory dickory dock. The bitch was sucking on my cock. Ow! Hello there. Looks like someone's having fun. Yeah. I'm having fun. There's a little bit of wind chill coming on now. This mud is like boiling hot. I meant to come up there and read chat. I just fell back down. Okay. Whew. Really jealous of that spot. Just wait till you come over here and you get cut up by the grass. Not my best spot, but it is close to a coffee shop, so when I want coffee, I just go get coffee. Now, of course, I don't go get coffee covered in this. They kick me out. Carrying a mud puddle with me. This is so much fun. Oh yeah, if you guys haven't already done so, I have another channel. It's on Twitter, okay? It's my second alt channel. You guys go check it out. It's called Tanner JDM Uwu. JDM is in caps. Tanner with a capital T. It's on screen. If you're watching the VOD, it's on screen. So I will also add that in whatever next YouTube video if it doesn't make it to YouTube. So go to my Twitter channels at TannerQuicksand, at TannerJDMUwu. I post tons of extreme sports on that second alt, so just goofing around with skateboard, car, going on twisties, motorcycling content whenever I can get a motorcycle. I'm planning on doing it probably by June. Travel vlogs. I mean, there's gonna be travel vlogs on the YouTube channel. I mean, I'm gonna add every single time I do a YouTube video. It's gonna have some sort of part where like, oh, I'm traveling, or here's a video of how beautiful it is. Some scenery, maybe, you know, some commentary. But yeah, that's gonna be, we're stepping up the game a little bit here, you know. And I'm gonna fall back in here. And I'm gonna lay down. stick here. Let me read that question. Is there a question here? There is a question here. I did not see it while I was in the mud. I don't have a really clean spot to clean off my finger. Gotta do it in a day in the life as a muddy content creator? Yeah, of course. So this is me at the mud. Cause I made it to the mud pit, now I gotta go film. I want to tell you this, it's a lot of skincare and a lot of stress mitigation is involved. Cause this is stressful to do this as a job. And I'm sure with more success, I keep upping it in quality, it's gonna get more stressful. Okay, let's go get cleaned up. I want to go to the quarry today. I'm not gonna make it if I stay out here all day. Make a submerged video for YouTube. You guys want to see that? Okay. Let's go ahead and put on my waders. I just realized I'm gonna have to clean the inside of those waders. That's fun. Not fun. Oh! is gonna be fun to clean up. There we go. Do I look cute in these? This is where my dad or my mom says, "You look cute in everything." Thank you. I'll compliment myself. Ooh. It ain't easy being cheesy. Oh, okay. I gotta crawl so I don't sink. This is an awkward, precarious position. Grab my bottle. Oh. Oh, coming back. Okay. I can't wait to see how these work in the quarry. I'm a mess. Okay, let's walk that way. We're gonna walk that way. All the way to clean up that nice short grass, because it's not fucking this tall yet where it wants to kill you. You walk into it. All this bright colored grass is an invasive species that cuts you up as you walk across. That's why I'm wearing chest waders. And I opt for clothes to get out into the pit. Okay, let's see how we cross this stream right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's not. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a heavy hop for me. Okay. The next live stream will be me probably in the quarry at night, I would hope. Not the daytime. Probably at night. I got all that lighting equipment I want to use. Whew. Whew. Thank goodness it's not 100 degrees outside. I'd be burning up in this thing right now. Even though I'm covered in mud head to toe. Hip waders can get hot. I don't even know about chest waders. I used a pair of rubber chest waders one time and I had to throw them away and just leave them there because I don't know, it was just, I almost died of heat stroke walking in them. Okay, almost a cleanup spot. Okay. Cleanup might not make it into the YouTube VOD. Just saying. Because I need to remove my clothes to clean myself so I can walk in public. Can't show that on YouTube. Do not fret. So, because there is plenty of me playing in the mud that's going on YouTube. Thank goodness I didn't have to go on OnlyFans because I want people on YouTube to see it because I asked people on YouTube and Twitter questions and I can't just assume that they have my OnlyFans. Okay, let's just set my tripod all the way up here, away from the river maybe? So I don't accidentally make it fall. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go clean up. I can feel how cold it is, and I'm not even in the water. Yeah, that's cold. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get my handheld shower and get that out. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go turn the camera around and just gonna leave the camera here. You get to enjoy the sounds of nature while I go grab my backpack, and then I'm gonna go get the handheld shower. So I'll be back, and yeah. Let me turn. Actually, I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm not even gonna touch it. I'll be right back in like less than 15 minutes. Just hang tight, guys, and go do something else. And when you start hearing my voice on the live stream, that means I'm back, okay? Storage. By wrapping it up, but just keep it on. I can also put a link to this in the description as well. This is a really good tool. Let's see if it still works. Turn a white t-shirt into a camouflage shirt. Let's face that the other way. Yep, there we go. And we're back. Hey, look pretty clean. Clean enough, you know. I got a spare change of clothes in the car. And that was the show.